I was so much more and have made me sound a lot more interesting than if I wrote my...
Calle en Stanfield, en el barrio de Brixton, Londres. Apenas quedan recuerdos de una familia llamada Jones que vivió en este barrio obrero hace 40 años. En 1966, un inmigrante jamaicano todavía no podía imaginar que también participaría del mito de Bowie. Hoy, el número 40 ya no está en la puerta para que fans y periodistas tengan que llamar y pagar para verlo.
We went to school together, and my father, in fact, David was in what was known as the art form, and my father was the head of the art department.
Well, you know, Peter used to go to school with me, and his father was my art master, so it doesn't say much for his father.
I got to know him there in that 1 year that I was at the school, and we used to play, bring guitars to school, and he introduced me to the music of Buddy Holly, and I was listening to the Cliff Richard and the Shadows at the time, and you know, all the rock and rollers that I wasn't aware of at that time. So we would jam on various different tunes in the art block stairs during lunchtime.
Literatura de la generación Beat, música de Little Richard y John Coltrane, clases de saxo con Rooney Ross. Su primera vocación, la pintura, es reemplazada por el jazz. Es aquí donde se pelea por una chica con George Underwood. Con una pupila paralizada será David Jones, con un ojo gris y otro azul, convertido en héroe por su maestría con el saxofón.
There was an end of term concert which my father actually produced, and David was in a group called George and the Dragons, and which was sort of the top of the bill.
Los periodos de formación de David Bowie hay que buscarlos en los contras, en su abandono del jazz y sus incursiones en el rhythm and blues a través de David Jones and the King Bigs. Lisa Jane fue su primer disco y su primer fracaso. Del rhythm and blues de los Manish Boys al estilo mod de David Jones and the Lower Third, imitando el sonido de la Tanla Motown y los Who.
I don't really know. It was just it was anything to get away from Jones because of David Jones. Yeah. Was that, I'll tell you something even funnier than that. That a few months before that, I'd been Tom Jones until Tom Jones came. So that was even more embarrassing.
Es la época de las actuaciones en el histórico Marquee londinense. Es el periodo que describe la canción autobiográfica Los chicos de Londres, Carnaby Street, Vida nocturna, Primeras drogas y Los chicos que han dejado a su familia. En 1966 cambia su nombre por el de la navaja americana Bowie. Mejora poco a poco su capacidad para escribir canciones, pero su estilo no está definido. Sigue imitando. Ahora imita al cantante inglés Anthony Newley.
Beautiful baby, I was very lonely till I met you on Sunday. My passion's never ending and I'll love you till Tuesday.
When I met him, he wasn't so rich. But as a teacher, what I endeavor to do is to make people to be like more of themselves. I loved the way he sounded. I loved the song. A long time before I met him, I heard him on the radio singing when I live my dream, I'll take you with me. Da-da-da-dee-da-bum. I thought, oh, you know, I fell in love with that voice. I thought, what an angel must be singing this song. David Bowie, the day that I met him, had packed his suitcase and was about to leave for Tibet. He was going to be a monk. You know, he was going to be a Buddhist monk. I saved him from that.
I put it on for the lads at the office. Oh, fabulous. Oh, you have turned out to be a card. And in the evening, I took it to the pub. Oh, bravo, bravo. What a wag.
Nervous. I expected to see an angel, and I didn't want to be disappointed because he sounded like an angel. Opening the door, oops, there was an angel. I mean, he looked as beautiful as he sounded. Yeah, we fell in love immediately, and began to work immediately. I mean, on new shows, songs, music. The moment he came in, we sat down with typewriters and pens and ink, and it was our way of making love, you know, to make music. And I put him very quickly into a little show that we wrote together, which was called Pierrot in Turquoise.
Then it was the local concert.
I don't like mime. Mime is awful. Give me mime. This kind of...
Yeah. Yeah, so why he was doing mime?
No, that was a horrible period. He flirted with Marcel Marceau. No, I disapproved a lot. I don't like mime. What's mime? No, I had nothing to do with his miming. I taught him to dance. I'm a dancer, you know. I'm not a mime. I don't like this kind of silent substitute.
Autographs, films, television, the lot. Had a very strange effect on me, though.
I think Lindsay probably taught me my initial stagecraft. I think from him, I realized that you don't have to have props and things to create an atmosphere on stage, that body language itself can create an atmosphere. I think that's the major thing that I learned from working with Lindsay. I learned also quite a lot about lighting from there. Basic stagecraft, I think, I learned with Lindsay more than anything else.
The papers made a big thing out of it. Strangled on stage, they said. Funny, though, they didn't mention anything about a mask. Floating round my tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do.
La salida del disco Rareza Espacial, inspirado en la película 2001 de Kubrick, coincidió con el aterrizaje en la Luna, y la BBC incluso utilizó la canción para cubrir la retransmisión en directo. Este fue el primer gran éxito de Bowie. Rareza Espacial era el comienzo de lo que hasta ahora Bowie estaba buscando, pero al igual que su mayor Tom, Bowie estaba confundido y todavía no sabía qué hacer con ello.
And I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much, she knows. Now Ziggy play guitar, jamming good with weird and the spiders from Mars. Well, he played that left hand, but he made it too far. Became the special man. Then we were Ziggy's band. Ziggy really sang, screwed up eyes. And
seems to be an obstacle for a lot of other people, but for me, Ziggy went in 1973. I mean, that's 14 years ago. I forgot about him a long time ago.
Bowie decide contraer matrimonio con una modelo norteamericana que tenía problemas de visado, Angela Barnett. Angie, a quien los Rolling Stones dedicaron una canción, se convertiría en su manager y su ayudante hasta finales de los 70. Es la etapa de la transición hacia la ambigüedad sexual y el inicio de una serie de declaraciones en la prensa sobre su bisexualidad.
I sprayed his hair red. I was spraying some furniture with a red paint. I said, yeah, come on. You've got to be more. You've got to be more on the outside as you are on the inside. It's no use having passion inside. Your passion is going to be on the outside.
¿Marketing o realidad? La verdad no importaba. Era solo la imagen y el efecto de esa imagen lo que aportaba una nueva dimensión visual en el mundo del rock.
Had become a rock and roll star. In fact, he hadn't become a rock and roll star, but he had a management behind him. Tony DeFries, you know, and they were really kind of, they had this guy ready for that kind of a smash opening. And they asked me to direct the show with as much money as I needed. And I wrote, and I directed, and I designed Ziggy Stardust. I did his costumes and his makeup. So I suppose David Bowie credits me for putting what did they call it? Gay rock, glam rock, yeah, on the map.